All right, so here we are on Friday. Now, Friday, today we've got the most important news of the month, non-farm payroll, so that's going to be interesting. Now, we've got set up at 4:15. Okay, so 15 minutes before the market gets the news, there is a setup area. Okay, and that zone might be pretty good to set up your trade. Once the news comes out, it is going to go to 5:15. Okay, then afterwards we've got the Fed monetary policy coming out. What I see according to that is once the policy comes out, there should be a rush, okay, towards 8:20, and then towards 9 o'clock, towards 8 o'clock, and and then kind of like smoothing out by 9:15. All right, so we'll see how that pans out. So the important hours to look out for today is going to be, first of all, 11:45. That's an important hour, and until 10 past 10 we might have a bit of a dodgy moves in the market, or landing somewhere, not dodgy moves but just landing somewhere. But 11:45 is important. 3:15 is important. 4:15, okay, after the news, before the news, 4:15 my time, and then after the news we should head up or down to 5:15. Like I said, that's going to be important. Once that happens, I think it's just going to go in that direction as per 7 p.m. at least my time, 7 p.m., and then kind of like sliding into 8. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the market today. Let's start with gold. Now, I've already put the hours on the charts here, and this is how things are looking. Now, let's take a look at the daily. On the daily, right, remember, today for gold is a swing day. All right, so Friday is a swing day. So what could happen is, we could just hit a top somewhere and sizzle down a little bit. So it's going to depend on the news. As you can see, it's done the targets. Yesterday I also said, it's not worth buying the tops, only if it comes back down you can buy. And the market did come back at the hour, okay, and then from here it just started pushing back up again. So once again we might just be hanging around here, and then the market might just retrace, and from that retracement continue next week. Okay, we'll see how things pan out. This zone from 2,870 2,890, it's going to be a resistance zone. Okay, so buying zone is down here, so you don't want to be buying in the middle of nowhere. The minimum buying should start, if you're going to buy today, intraday, should be at the daily pivot. And obviously, like I said, things are going to depend on the news. If that's the case, this is your resistance zone. So from this zone, market might just, sell off a little bit like it did here. Boom, boom, like boom, boom kind of thing. Okay. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now, euro dollar daily setup changed. As you can see, now we've got a breach here on this line. Okay. And I've got positions open from yesterday. Now, you'll recall yesterday we had a good buy kiss on this one. Right, it was something like this, wasn't it? Okay, it's coming from the top there. Okay, but now market conditions have changed. Still, this is the same kind of format. So if the market does want to come down next week, we want to go back up again. Okay, so because we're day traders or intraday traders, things are going to go up and down. And we need to be on top of it because we're getting in and out. Okay, but that looks like the situation here, because the setup is now looking like this. Okay, all right, and that could, like, come back into this zone again. So if you also put your Fibonacci here, you can check out your 37.5 or your 50 zone. There's no really gap to fill here. It's done that yesterday. This is why this low yesterday was good to buy. It was also the right time to buy, and if you bought, you should have been okay. All right, because I was in there and I actually posted a video on this as well. I put the link as quickly as I could. And the link is on the members area. It's also on YouTube as well. So you can see the timing there. Okay, so the market mucking around. As you can see, once it does these hours, it's not going back down, unless we miscalculated something. And then it should just flow with the whole thing, it should just go with it, and which is exactly what it did into the trading hours. The latest trading hour that I posted yesterday, okay, which was, I think it was like 11 o'clock or something. Yeah, 11:30 my time, which is about here. But it already took a profit, as you know, because I had the first profit just below this line. We can get rid of that now. Okay, I've got 2 more positions open, but the stops are above the entry. Okay, so in any case, I took profit, and now if it goes, back up, that's fine. If it doesn't, no loss, okay, because the stops are above entry and all trades are covered. Okay, so what we want to see is if this is the case, because Friday is a swing day. Okay, so we should want to see it up there continuing to move, or if we're wrong, then the market should dip down, and then next week we'll check out the swing day to make a U-turn to go up. Okay, but in any case, it's all honky-dory, and we're just following through. Now Friday, because we got the news, it's going to be a bit hectic, but like I said, because we have the hours, you are much safer than the regular people out there. Let's take a look at SP 500. Now SP 500, as you know, this week I said this is just tricky, because we've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and this is like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so we don't really know what's going on here. We've got a breakout here, so that's nice to see. So our bias is more towards the upside now, okay? And on the weekly, there's still room to come up into that 62, which is, is 6119, which I posted there. Okay, so if in the news we're down somewhere, okay, and then we're waiting for the news, you can use your pre-news setup to place a trade. If the bars are really, really small, what you can do is straddle it, or you can just put an order in one direction, meaning that if you think it's gonna go up and the bars are small, like really nice and tight, what you can do is push it up. Going up to here is looking logical, so I don't really mind setting up actually before the news into that direction. Okay, so that sounds fair enough. Let's go into Dow Jones. Okay, just a second here. Okay, so this is Dow Jones. Yesterday, what happened? Let's take a look what time that was. 4:15 yesterday, which should be, 10 past 5. 10 past 5, there you go. Alright, so 10 past 5 is on that bar. 10 past 5 to 5:45. Pretty much there. Okay, nice and easy. All the way into 11:30 my time, which should be 10:30 here. 10:30 is there. Alright, so pretty much doing that target, which is nice and easy. Good to see. Let's see on the weekly. Yeah, so this is a zone where the market can retrace a little bit, sell off a little bit. So there you go. Okay. And now we're on a support. So this is nice to see on the PST as well. Okay. So pretty much on the support. But you know, the highs, like I always say, sell the highs, buy the lows. So on swing days, we should really be selling. So if you're going to do something, because we've got news coming out and everything, you're going to obviously have to wait for that. But on top of that, if you want to let go and then, you know, according to what happens today, we can pretty much wait for Friday. No, wait for Monday, sorry. Okay. Other than that, there's not much to really do here. The market doesn't really have a lot of gaps, maybe just a teeny bit here. Other than that, there you go, it's like at the highs there. So it's also divergence, as you can see, not a lot of energy. So if the market might go up to retest and then sell off, or depending on the news, we'll see. If the market is going to be in this area tight, you can put your orders above and below, and then it should kind of like trigger one or the other. NASDAQ. So kind of like a one-sided straddle, yeah? You don't want to be doubling it. Let's take a look at NASDAQ as well. As you know, this one's a bit like on steroids compared to the other indices. But we had a breakout on this. I think we had an early breakout on this compared to the others. The thing with the indices is, yeah. So yesterday, that was it, right? So the thing with the indices is, you know, more often than not, they're going together. Okay, obviously, you know, yesterday the Dow sold while these guys went up. But I did say, you know, once it breaks out, you know, you don't want to be standing in front of it. So you're going to have to go with the flow. And Friday is a swing day. Actually, Thursday was a swing day for NASDAQ. But because Friday is also a swing day for Dow and the SP 500, you know, we're going to have to take that into account. So this zone is still kind of like LCL1, 21,831. 21,831. Okay, so yesterday we had, so yesterday we had this one. Today we've got that one, and it's all good. So this zone is actually a place where the market sold heavy, may probably sell heavy again. Okay, there's room to come down on this as well. So either today or next week when we do a retracement, if they do sell, okay, if they do sell today, then next week retracement can be a sell. We'll see how it goes with the swing days. But at the end of the day, this is how it is. So, all right. If it does, because it's breaking, the only place you can sell is here. If it breaks above this LCL 121.831, do not stand in front of it. Okay, this is why I said, you know, it's Friday. You might want to just let it go, let it do what it needs to do, and next week we can do a follow-up trade. Okay, because you know it's a PST breakout. You can't still keep pushing up, so you don't want to be standing in front of a train. Okay, so NASDAQ, I don't think NASDAQ is really that great to trade. Prefer SP 500 and Dow Jones, to be honest. It's just much more stable. Now with here we are. This is Bitcoin, right? So the market goes up, they sell again down, nice and easy. So we're going there. Remember with this one, we had like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it was a bit tricky. So that was Monday, that was Tuesday, and this is Wednesday. All right, as you can see. And Thursday, it basically stuck around here. So it only did a stop sweep. And now we're going back up. Now today's critical level is 46.49. Which is 98,755 and 100,219. So you better mark those in. 98,755. That's your first resistance. If it goes above that, it should head to that 49 level, which is 100,219. Okay, so mark those in. Let's put the 100. Well, it's pretty much there. Okay. All right, so pretty much the weekly pivot there. So having the market go up into that direction is okay. And like I said, that first resistance is that 99 odd here. So it'll touch that first, 98,755. 98. There. All right, so if it breaks above that, that's your second place where they can sell off. Okay, if it starts to break above this, do not stand in front of it. Okay, just don't do it. Okay, and Wednesday was a swing day, remember, so it could be pushy. It's better to wait and check it out afterwards. If you want to trade the news, like I said, use the trading hours for your setups and take it in that direction. Okay, have a good weekend.